What? What's up? We're here to have a little industry talk. Can we talk about the industry? Cause they want to know your name. Can we talk about the industry? Cause they want to know your name. I need to go to the fucking game room. Whew. I guess I'll do it down here. What's going on? All right. Ray Gibbs TV in the building. Been seeing this little Brazy, 30 or whatever this dude. He got a lot of crazy stuff going on. I think his people want to pull up on me. All right, listen, man. Music industry. It has changed. It's gonna continue to change, especially you urban guys. Once upon a time, the street cred, the hood support. If your homies is behind you, and could you go to your hood and film a video? Once upon a time, that's what it was. That ain't what it is no more. It's a little different these days. You know what? I'm going to the back and I'm gonna go on to the game room, do this, have this conversation. That ain't what it is no more. Yeah, I've been watching, and it bothers me that I gotta tell a lot of people, no, when they're asking me for certain things. Yo, my man T Money. Yeah, people call and be like, "Whack, let me flow for you," or shit like that, and I be like, bro, flowing for me don't do nothing. It don't do nothing no more. You know what I'm saying? Can we pull up tomorrow afternoon to the hospital? Oh shit, that's a crazy text. Like, "Whack, let me flow for you." And it's crazy because I be wanting to hear they flows or, hear they singing ability. But based upon what's going on in the industry, flowing for me ain't don't do nothing for me. The first thing I'm gonna ask you is, what your stage name is. When I'm asking you that, it's because I'm pulling up all your socials, Spotify's, YouTube's. I'm pulling everything up. You get what I'm saying? Serenity when you at home. Nothing like it. Uh, yeah. So we're gonna walk into the game room. We're gonna do it like this. Walk into the game room. Do it in the game room, I guess. Do it like that. Turn on some lights real quick. Turn on some lights. It's cool. Turn down the AC. And R&B might as well work out a little bit. There we go. Turn that down. And yeah, yeah, the music industry has changed. Once upon a time, and look, man, I'm just giving y'all some free game. You can listen to me, you ain't gotta listen to me, don't matter to me. Right? So once upon a time, people went off your ability, your capability to rap and sing. That ain't what it is. You get what I'm saying? Now RJ, his house had nothing to do with Blueface. Actually, I signed Blueface in this room, so that means if I signed Blueface in this room, that means his house is already here. I actually bought this house when I was a pup. I was a kid, like 27 or something, Yeah, my little spot. Okay, so here we go. I'm in my man cave. Actually, let me let y'all get a bar of the man cave. The walls represent places I've been, Uh, that's Versailles, you know. That's back at, you know. Every TV got all the consoles, you know what I'm saying? That's my shit over there. All right. I got my workout, Peloton bike, my shit, dumbbells, everything I need. All right. And this is those of y'all that's familiar with the low rod. You see the low rod on charge right there. See it? Motherfucking charge. You see the batteries? Yeah. And you got the view. Going back to the crib. And that's going back to the house. So this is in the backyard. It's going back like that. That's what's going on there. Yeah, man. Just show y'all that. Just a little motivation, man. Get it. Do it better than me. Do it bigger than me. But do something. All right. Yeah, let's talk about it. Music industry. It used to be one-sided on talent, your bars, can you sing, your capabilities. Now it's like 70% content, 30% talent. They rather a non-rapping dude that's engaging with his fans than a rapping dude that won't engage with his fans. I'm telling you right now, if you calling me talking about you was a gangster, you just did 10 years, 20 years, you squabble up, there's a good chance I don't want to do no business with you. Why? Because your gangsterism uh, is going to prohibit you from TikToking or doing content or engaging with your fans, or you probably don't know how to engage with your fans. You probably don't even know how to create content. And that's the problem because um, nobody wants to spend millions of dollars um, into you, but you won't do the very things that you could do for free. So the music industry is changing. It's more gimmicky, right? Lately, you've been seeing this Braze or whatever his name is. What's his name? Braze 30s. That's his name.
Lil Brazy 30s.
Lil Brazy 30. Individual right here that just joined me uh, was on the management team. Okay. Now I don't believe Lil Brazy 30 has a hit. I don't believe he has any song moving up the charts, but he has a gimmick. He's 15 years old. He's a gang member. He's a blood from Utah, and he says a lot of outlandish things. He disrespect this, disrespect that, and I think people not taking him serious, but they laughing at it. But now that they looking at him, people want to sign him to a deal, right? I don't know if Lil Brazy has bars. I know his name because he went to No Jumper. He disrespected 18th Street. He disrespected some Northanios. And he says he's a blood from Ogden, Utah. Now, the fact that Whack 100 knows this, and I've never talked to this kid, lets me know that this kid is doing everything he's supposed to do. Not that I agree with it, but when it comes to where the music industry is at today, right? He's a prime example of when I tell you is more content driven than talent. One minute he's banging and he's OTR. The next minute he's saying, I'm not a gang member and I have nothing to do with OTR. So my question to you is, let's tell the people who you are. How did you come to work with Lil Brazy? What's the state of it today?
So Lil Brazy was found. He was always viral. Like he was, probably 7, 8 years old, already viral. Um, I've been behind the scenes for a while, so I kind of seen Lil Brazy kind of going up. He does like a little video on one of my friends' like platform. We got a little platform in Utah. It's called the Pull Up. So he's kind of going viral, like it's doing numbers. And what happens is they call me to take it from viral to making money. So I take it from viral to making money. Now at this time, it's kind of going crazy. Like you got everybody kind of tapping in, everybody doing their thing. Desto Dub kind of kicked it off to where it was like the West Coast was messing with Lil Brazy. Like he took him to the store, he did a photo shoot, he did a whole bunch of stuff for him, and it kind of kicked it off. Well, I had a couple people as well that were posting on like Thizzler, and it was kind of taking off. So people kind of thought he was from the Bay at first. They're thinking that he's from the Bay, he's doing his thing, whatever. Um, for like 2 to 3 months, it was just going crazy, and then his mouth started, I guess, catching up with him. So we, as the group, which was me, the cameraman, and another Utah artist named MHK Mike, us as the group, we was like, we can't mess with this. Like it was kind of going crazy. Like we started seeing all these videos. We started seeing a whole bunch of stuff. So we drop him. Now for 2 to 3 months, I don't talk to him. Everyone's kind of hitting me, everybody's asking me, like where Lil Brazy at, blah, blah, blah. I'm not really paying attention to it. Well, then Adam hits for the interview. Now, mind you, I was begging Adam for an interview when he was blowing up. And this was in like, I think December or January, something like that. I'm begging him for an interview. I'm like, yo, bro, like he's doing numbers, he's doing his thing. Like, you got to get him onto the show. So when he didn't get him onto the show. And then probably like 2 to 3 months later, he finally wanted to do the interview. Now, at that time, he had a CPS case. And the CPS case was preventing him from going to LA and doing the no jumper interview. Well, somehow he make it there. I guess he do this interview. Now, this interview just turned out to be like just something that wasn't, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't good. I watched some clips. I never watched the interview, but I started seeing the clips going everywhere.
So
So
where were you at during the interview? Was you with him?
nah, I was at home. I never even knew that he made it. He made it to the interview. He went with some kids. There was like 6 different kids with him.
Well, how did they get there?
One of them can drive. I guess he's 16. He just got his license. One of them can drive. They took him to LA.
So he drove from Utah to LA
Hmm.
with a 16-year-old.
Yeah, but there was a few 16-year-olds because Lil Brazy only 15. So there was a few 15, 16, 17-year-olds that were in the car. It was like a little Honda.
So okay, well, they made it. Did he have any dealings with OTR before the no jumper interview? So did he sign the OTR or is it in negotiation? I mean, well, shit, he's 15 years old. I mean, shit. Got you. Okay. So did you have, did the signing happen on your watch? I mean, are you part? All right, so are you down as what? Label management or what?
Or whatever. It's
So where's little Brave's father at? Okay, so you nobody. So the father's not in the. So the
no.
mother is the guardian that signed, that gave consent.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. So, far as you know, Lil Braze is signed to OTR.
Yeah, he signed a deal with OTR. Yeah, they sent in advance.
So, have you heard any music?
Yeah, they were. We had went to DJ Flip studio the same day or the next
Mhm.
day after signing him, and he probably recorded like probably 40 songs in a few hours.
Wait. Come on. Let's be realistic.
Yeah,
What
they was
you?
cooking up beats. He was recording. He was Lil Brazy don't. He doesn't write or anything. He records. He just records like he freestyles.
So he was going. So let me ask you something. 'Cause
Yeah.
in these 40 songs,
Hmm.
he's had that many life experiences to where he's not repeating himself and pretty much saying the same things over and over again.
Nah, a lot of it is the same. A lot of it gets recorded, and a lot of it is like the same type of lyrics, like the famous line "bouncing out the load." All these different things. It's kind of like the same, but he switches it up like a little bit, but it's kind of the same, and that's why they picked. I think they picked two songs. There was two songs out of the 40 that they liked, and they shot them. So they shot them the same day, just running guns.
Okay, so are the songs out?
Yeah, yeah.
How they doing?
They doing pretty good. It's got like I think 30K views in like 5 days.
That's
Streaming wise, I'm not sure because he just put up it on streaming platforms as soon as the controversy happened.
so they just like running and gunning with him.
Yeah, they running and gunning.
So how much money did they sign him with?
$5,000 to get an apartment.
So how he gonna pay for the apartment?
They sent him 5,000, and he just got the apartment for the first month and then the second month, and that was it. And then he had a drop because the labels, some of them were scared, but some of them were like, all right, if it starts streaming and it starts going crazy, we'll take the gamble. They was talking in the seven figures at that point. it went to streaming because Instagram and all that is it's not the same thing. Like that's cool to go viral, but nobody really understands that you got to take that viral and create the money. So they were like, if it goes into streaming and it starts going as crazy as your Instagram is going, they were willing to take it. Some, not all. Most of them were scared of them.
Well, 30,000 views ain't enough to say he is winning. I mean, I ain't
Well,
gonna.
at one point, like he had a little viral video that took off. It did like 1 billion views, but that the team that we were with, like I said, everyone was kind of scared of the way he was acting in his mouth. So they took it down. They deleted everything. They deleted the music that was on platforms through Hitmaker. They deleted the YouTube. They deleted the IG. It had 100K followers. You know what I'm saying? It was going up at the time. Because
When's
at
the
one
last
point we were
time
doing
you
100K
talked to
streams a
Brazy?
day.
When the last time you talked to Brazy?
Probably about 5 days ago after everything happened.
So is he cordial or is he saying screw you?
No, he's cordial. Like you got to understand them on that side. Like how everything that happened. Like there was an issue that happened because when we were in LA, Solis's idea was to take him to the hoods, which was like the Hoovers, the 40s, the PJ Watts, Bompton, just different Compton and things like that, just different places. Most of them were having a conversation with Lil Brazy. They were like, "Look, bro, um, this gang bang stuff not it." They were talking to him about the streets. You know what I'm saying? They were having conversations with him. Well, when he goes to one of the hoods, they decide to put the red rag on him and shoot a video in front of their street. And I tell him, I said, bro, why are you trying to make them gang related? Like, why are you turning into that? Like, let them have fun. Like, because when we in the PJs, we in the Hoovers, we in all these places, man, they messing with Brazy. They ask for pictures, you know what I'm saying? They asking for, little videos, little drops, little promos. They messing with him. But when he get to that hood with that certain individual, who I'm not gonna name because I'm not gonna give him, you know what I'm saying, the free clout. But when he gets with that individual, they put a red rag on him and want him to shoot a video in front of the sign in his hood, which I already knew. As soon as you do something like that, bro, you was gonna turn it into something totally different.
So this other dude, he's part of OTR.
Yeah, there's two of them. They both signed the OTR.
He a Crip.
Yeah, one's a Crip, one's a Blood.
It's a blood sign of OTR.
Yeah, there's one Blood and one Crip. They like together. They friends or whatever.
I know Scandal over there.
Uh huh. Yeah, but there's another one. He's a Blood.
Who's the blood? You don't like him?
No, I don't have a problem with him.
Well,
He tried to turn this into something else.
well, who's the blood? I know Scandal. Scandal's the Crip you talking about?
Yeah, his name is Bino.
Bino. Bino.
Yeah,
Bino. Bino. Bino.
not Hood Trophy Bino.
Where Bino from?
I guess AFC. I don't really know what
Oh,
that
from the
is,
bottoms.
but
From the
AFC.
bottoms. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
from the low
Yeah,
bottoms.
Scandal, my people. All right. Well, me personally, I don't approve of the youngster gang banging. I wish he would take a
Yeah,
different approach. I would hope that people around him, Scandal then did 20 plus years in the penitentiary itself. So
yeah,
I would hope people around him would try to guide him another way. I understand the gimmick. I do also understand that he knows not what he's doing. He's a guy from Ogden, Utah. He's white or he's Hispanic.
he's white. He's white.
He's a little Caucasian kid,
Yeah, he's
and
just a kid though. Like the way that they trying to turn him from when he was like on his own. Brazy be doing the crazy stuff. Like he be, you know what I'm saying, talking crazy. He be talking out, out his neck. He be doing just different stuff. But when he's with someone who's guiding him, man, he on some fun shit. He got Bobby Hill, you know what I'm saying? He got fun songs. But the way that they're trying to turn him and create him into, what they're trying to create him into is not gonna work. The 6ix9ine effect is not gonna work.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that they keep it music, I would hope that they're not exposing this kid, this child, because I'm a
Mm,
dad, to things that they shouldn't be exposing him to. We've all seen this happen. I'm gonna tell you straight up, scandal family. But if any of
uh,
y'all over there doing any of these things, exposing this kid to drugs or guns or any of this type of thing, and he tell on y'all, I'm gonna laugh at y'all and say, well, that's what you get. And I'm gonna tell the world that Little Brazy is not a snitch. I'm gonna tell you that
yeah,
because I'm like, y'all know what this is. Why would you do that? And now something happened. They arrest the kid at 15 and tell him he's looking at 50 years. You think he ain't gonna like, you know what I'm saying? If they
yeah,
doing anything outside of keeping him in the studio, they in violation.
yeah, for sure. But they using my name, trying to say that I'm the manager and I'm the one who's telling them to do this when that's not even how it's going. Like they just using my name as a
So
scapegoat.
are you scared of somebody? Is somebody threatening you or you because I see you kind of hiding from the camera. You know, I'm
Nah,
just
nah,
wondering.
nah. It's not even that. It's just the way that they portray me in the media is just not. It's not gonna work. Like
But this is the thing: if they portraying you in the media a certain way, you should want people to see your face so you could tell them people what you not doing. I mean, you gonna get the last call, last say so on what you doing and what you represent and what you stand for. You get what I'm saying? Because all
yeah,
we see is the eyebrows and some forehead and a hoodie. We don't
yeah.
know. Like, what is your name? You don't mind me asking?
Prestige.
Prestige, and you from
Yep,
Utah as well?
yep. I'm from the Bay, but yeah, I lived in Utah.
So you from the Bay, but you live in
Yep,
Utah.
yep.
How long you been living in Utah?
10 years.
And how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
26.
Oh, so you've been there since high school. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
cool. All right, what part of the Bay you from?
Oakland.
Oh, you from the town, east or
Mm-hmm.
west?
East.
Okay,
The
cool.
80s.
All right, so why didn't you take him back to the Bay?
What do
Why
you mean?
didn't
Take
you
them to
take
the Bay?
Why didn't you take him to Ghazi, the Empire, and do a deal over there?
They weren't really looking at them. They like at first they were, and then they stopped looking at them.
Got you.
Like the deals stopped when we stopped pushing it because when it became it wasn't a good look. It just started like all these videos started coming out, all these different things started coming out, and it just wasn't a good look. So we didn't really want to push that anymore because it went from having fun to this. I don't know, like this kid was like a Sour Patch Kid, I guess. It just turned into something else.
Okay, so right now, what is this is your attempt to do what? To get Braze's attention? Do you think he's OTR is a bad look? I've spoken to Solis before a
Mhm.
couple times about other situations. He seemed to be a businessman and got his ducks in order. I mean, you don't think he's in good hands over there?
I mean, is he in good hands? Not. I mean, maybe he might be, but when you put a child in the middle of the hood and you put a red rag on him, you better be ready for what comes with that. You know what I'm
That's a
saying? And,
fact.
and and he's not, and he's not that kid. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not that guy. And when you are trying to pull a 6'9" and you're not Elliot Grange, it's not gonna work.
Well, Elliot didn't take nobody to the hood and put a bandana on nobody. I'm gonna tell
But
you
what
that.
I'm saying is when you not that guy and you're trying to put this kid and do a 6'9", it's not gonna work.
So you think it's a whole gimmick of him being a gang member? It ain't about the music. You don't think his music can stand up?
No, it's because he's viral. Everything he touches, he's doing, 2, 3, 400,000 views in a day. So
Okay.
so they using it to promote themselves.
Mm. Is it what he's saying or is it the rapping he's doing?
I mean, I'm gonna say like the way he's rapping and he dissing people and pissing people off is what's turning it up.
I mean, he's 15. Well, shit, I can't. 15 years old. It's a bunch of 15-year-olds in the cemetery. So where we
Yeah.
from? So
Like it started where he was having fun. If you look at the first song he ever dropped, it was called Bobby Hill. It was just funny. It was fun, right? He's, you know what I'm saying? He looked like Bobby Hill. He's 15. He's a little white kid. It was fun. He didn't have a red rag. He didn't have no gang members around him. It was just him in the store doing his thing. Now they turning it into, oh, let's create 6ix9ine because over there the numbers ain't what it is. So they using this kid to bring the numbers up, but they also pretending like he's not signed over there. If you look at the video, the man says he blacklisted from LA. He want nothing to do with him, and now you making posts using someone's face as a scapegoat, and it's just not gonna work. Like I've been behind the scenes for a long time. I've been a part of some number one records, and it's just like what they doing with him is gonna backfire, especially with an open CPS case.
so Prestige is here to say you were behind Little Brazy, 30s,
Mm-hmm.
right? Is it 30 G's? Lil Brazy 30 G's? That's what it is.
30Z.
30 Z's. You behind him on his
Nah,
content
that wasn't.
as a kid.
Nah, I wasn't.
You're not behind him as a gang member.
Nah, like in the very beginning, like yeah, we were pushing it. Like the three of us was pushing it. He was, you know what I'm saying? It was a fun thing. Like he was it was viral. Like it was something that people ain't seen. It was him having fun. You got kid rappers who try to make it and don't really go there, or they create a group, whatever.
Mhm.
But him by himself, it was going there. Like labels was after him, brands was after him. There was certain things that you could do at the time, but then everything started catching up with him. You know what I mean?
It's crazy. OTR just texted me right now from one of the artists about something totally different. All right, so the mother's with it, the kid is with it. OTR is 1 minute he signed to us, the next he's not. So what's your
Yeah.
move? Why haven't you put in a call to Lil Brazy and told him maybe he need to hightail it up out of there because legally Lil Brazy is not in contract. The mother is.
I already told him that though. Like, I really just like the way that they put me as the manager is just like that's crazy. Like, I'm not the manager. I ain't talked to the kid in 2 to 3 months. I really just got him some food in a hotel because the mother and the son, I mean, the mother and Lil Brazy not doing too well. So me as me, I'm like, look, I'll go get you a hotel. But it just so happened that as soon as I go grab them that, now Solus want to sign him. I'm like, okay, well, y'all can use this money, go get you a an apartment and go get you guys started, and you go rap. But I don't want nothing to do with it. Like you got to understand the way he talking and the things that he doing out here is gonna get everyone involved in some certain politics, just like it did. Especially when you do an interview that big and then claim that someone told you to say it, but then when you watch the interview, you realize, man, nobody told you to say that. That stuff is
Who did he?
crazy. What you said.
Who did he say told him to say what he said?
He said, well, he told me that Lush and Adam. When I seen the interview, I seen clips. Right, I didn't want to watch it because like it just it made me mad that they would put him in that position. But I'm not realizing that he just did the interview. So when he tells me he's like, man, I don't like this interview. Lush and Adam told me to say some crazy stuff, and I'm like, well, what'd you say? Then I start seeing the clips. Now, when I seen the clips, I got even more mad. I'm like, why would you put this child in danger to say these certain things in this interview and then put it out? Why wouldn't we bleep it out? You know what I mean?
So what did Adam and Lush say?
Adam and Lush didn't say anything, but Lil Brazy told me that it was Adam and Lush who told him to say the disrespecting each game. He told me that Lush and Adam told him to say that. But then when I finally watched the interview, which was just the other day.
That's a lie.
Um,
Adam's
it
never gonna tell him
that's what I'm
to
saying. Yeah, yeah.
disrespect
So
nobody's game.
yeah, so I understood at that point once I watched it and then kind of listened to what he said after. I knew that Adam and Lush didn't say it. You get what I mean? But I was told that they told him to say it.
Who told you that? Lil Brazy?
Lil Brazy and then Solus told me to run with it because that's what he was telling us.
Solis told you, so what if he lying? Run with it.
Well, yeah, just Solus said, okay, so who told you to say that? Because you got to understand Solus's roster is Southside. Solus found out before me. They sent me the video
He
of him dissing the
disrespected.
Southside in the North.
He disrespected the Southsiders, or he disrespected 18th Street.
Well, in the interview, he said a certain word against both sides.
Oh, okay. Because he's a white boy blood. I get it. But Solis is Asian, so he don't give a damn anyway.
Yeah, but his whole car is Southside. So when they pressed him, this
Hmm.
is how it's ending up.
Got you. Check this out, man. We got Lil Brazy, 30z's from Ogden, Utah. The little, I hate to say it, white kid that claims to be a blood. He is after the no jumper interview. He has signed to OTR. The individual that's here was once posing as the manager.
Yeah,
He was helping him do his thing. Um, Forgive me, brother. Your name is what again?
prestige.
His name is Prestige. He's here to bring awareness that Lil Brazy is in a situation that's similar to a 6ix9ine situation where people are influence him to do and say things that could possibly come back to haunt him. Uh,
Well, yeah, because you got to understand that at this point now he's when he does that video and he puts that rag, now you're in the I don't even want to say man, you're in the tax situation. Once you put that red rag on you and you shoot in front of they street and you claiming they gang and you claiming that street, now you in a tax situation. And he too young to understand what being taxed means. So, when they tell him he's got to pay a certain amount to even continue to rap, is like, bro, why would you even want to mess with
what do
someone
you
like
mean
that?
pay a certain amount to continue to rap?
Man, they told him that he got to pay a certain amount to rap.
Who told him that?
Solus and the other dudes. They told him you gotta pay a tax in order to rap.
I thought he was signing Solus.
He was, but they told Solus and then they told him he gotta pay a tax to rap.
Who? You talking about the Southsiders?
No, the Bloods or his car because he shot in front of his hood.
So the Bloods is telling the kid in order if he want.
I don't even know. I wouldn't even say Bloods. I say his
How
hood.
do you stop him from rapping? I'm confused, bro. All this sounds alleged.
Man, they were trying to tax him. They was trying to tax him an amount to continue to rap on the agreement.
But how do you stop him from rapping?
I don't know. I listen when they
Was
got
you
into the
there? Was you there when they said this to this young man?
no, they FaceTime me. They FaceTime me.
They FaceTime you and told
Hmm.
you in order for Bray's 30Z's
Yeah,
to
yeah.
continue to rap, he got, well, what was the amount he had to pay?
15 G's.
One time fee?
Oh, I don't know. They just wanted 15 G's. I don't know if it was one time. I don't know if it
What
was
did
continual. I
Solis
don't
say?
know.
What did
That
Solis say about the
he said
15,000 man?
he said that we can figure out how to pay him. And I was like, who? I was like, you can figure out how to pay him. I'm not paying him nothing. You the one who told him to go to the hood, and you the one who put that on his head, and you the one who shot the video. I'm not paying him nothing.
So then what Soulless tell you then?
Nothing really. He pretended like he was gonna fix something, and then they got on the phone, and then they turned around and now they trying to do a little smear campaign throughout the internet, which I'm not gonna pay attention to because it's like you trying to trick me out my position because I'm behind the scenes, so you could paint whatever narrative you want to, but at the end of the day, I'm not wrong because y'all not gonna put this little kid on Front Street acting like he a blood and he not a blood. You can get hurt like that.
Well, is he a blood from Ogden?
Yeah, he's a blood from Utah. But I don't know if they sanction. I don't know if they, you know what I'm saying, certified bloods. I don't know.
Hmm. Man, listen, so Soulless wasn't gonna pay the tax?
Oh, it should. He asked me to help pay the tax. I said, who gonna pay the tax? I'm not paying no tax. But that's when they got mad at me because I wasn't gonna pay the tax.
So are you in contact with the kid's mom?
Not anymore. I haven't called him. I don't like the way that they put me in the media. I don't like. I really didn't want nothing to do with it. But when Solus asked me to take him, and then when his mom asked me to watch him, it was really like, all right, I don't want nothing to happen to this kid, so I'm gonna go with him. And they were shooting the videos, whatever. But it just the way that it's turning out, like once I seen that interview, I knew it was up. Like I knew the
All right,
jig was
so
up.
it looked to me like the kid doing this thing. OTR is back in this place. Okay, cool. I don't know what his contracts look like. I'm pretty sure his mother has that. Cool. Your
Uh,
concern is you don't want to see the kid bite off more than he could chew and get hurt. That's what you saying, right?
Yeah, and then the way that they portraying like, oh, the manager did this and that. You know, I wasn't the manager when I got there. You knew that I ain't have nothing to do with this. But now in the media, since Solus doesn't want no one to know that he signed the kid, so he wants to put it on me like I paid him or something. But yet I sent you the advance that they sent to him.
Yeah, that looked like that was half of what you said. It was like
Exactly.
2,500.
And they said that he can get the rest when he got to LA and he started shooting the videos.
Got you. So who did they send that to?
They sent it to me.
They
The
sent
mom
the
didn't have
money.
a bank account.
How much? What did you do with the money?
I gave Brazzy the 2,500 for the
You gave
mom.
him. You gave him all of it. You didn't keep none of it.
Nah, no, no, no. I gave it to the mom.
You didn't keep 20%.
No,
Thought you was the manager.
nah. But at the end of the day, what am I gonna keep 20% for? From $2,500?
You're the manager. That's 500.
But I'm not the manager. That's the thing. The way they paint me is that I'm the manager.
So you're just support.
Yeah, I just took the kid because they in a situation, they don't got nothing. So I take him to LA to sign the deal and get the rest of his money.
Okay, well let's move forward. What is it that you know how to do that you feel help the kid get to where he's at? Because maybe people want to use your services.
I just did the marketing and I just put him in the places that he needs to be. I created the IG to go all the way up. I created the analytics. I created the hashtags. I created, just the certain things that's gonna help a certain person go up. But you gotta be willing to work with it, not against it. You can't go up with the same because you gotta understand he went up twice. The first time when we dropped him, he
Mhm.
was it was over. For 2 to 3 months, it was over. Well, then when he came back and he needed something, I put him right in that position to be back to where he needed to be. So it's just it depends. Like you got to be willing to work with it, and you got to be willing to go with it. You know what I mean?
So, all right. It looked to me like you're concerned. You're exposing the fact that Lil Brazy from 30z's, the
Hmm.
15-year-old rapper that claims to be a blood from Ogden, Utah, is now living in LA somewhere, and he signed the
Nah, he
OTR.
living in Utah. He's in Utah.
He living in Utah, signed the OTR, and we got a few songs out. They signed him for 5,000 through the mother. Cool,
Mm-hmm.
can't knock the hustle. You're no longer working with him at this time, but you talk to him from time to time,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not responsible if something was to occur. If certain things are said that are disrespectful that comes out of this kid's mouth, you don't have nothing to do with it. All you did was help him set up his marketing campaign and help him build that. And from there, it got him the exposure he needed was landing him on No Jumper and a deal at OTR, correct?
No, because well, yeah, but the no jumper and the no jumper I had no idea about because you got to understand. I told Adam, look, listen, CPS right now says that he can't leave, so we gonna have to wait. And then at first he was a little bit disappointed because he wanted to go, and I just told him, look, just wait till CPS says it's okay to go, and you done with your CPS case or whatever, and you can go ahead and go. So when he went on his own, that's why he not prepared for the interview. He saying whatever he want to, and there's no adult there or nobody there to tell him not to say certain things. And at the end of the day, Adam and Lush are not responsible for what this kid says, especially when they think that there's a team behind them or they think that there's someone behind this kid.
Gotcha. All right, so I think Prestige, that's your name, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna build with you. Um, Maybe we can bring you in on the my side of business, and we can have a discussion over some of the things we're doing. Me and Flacco, we have this thing called "You've Been Exposed." You can find the link on the Hunted Show IG. Up and coming artists, bloggers, podcasters.
Okay.
We helping them get some exposure, and through our platforms, interviewing with them, posting their links on our sites and various places that we have access to where we work our content. So, maybe we can cross what you do, what we do, and we can create some more business. I really appreciate you having some concern about the kid. I would hope that you answer that kid's phone calls when he call you. He's a kid. He's trying to figure it out. They dangling somebody may be dangling a bone in front of him, and he's reaching for it. But I guess the only thing I can ask you to do is be there for him when he reach out to you, and maybe check on him from time to time, and I respect the fact that you want to clear your name because it's a lot of disrespectful things being said about other gangs, and you don't want them to misinterpret you as to being part of that, correct?
Well, yeah, but including him because he like we're not gonna use the fact that he's a kid, right? Because 15, almost 16, right from wrong, right? Like
Yeah.
he's still a kid, but right from wrong. And so you gotta understand that he has no idea what these LA politics are or what he's getting himself involved in. So at the same time, they gotta understand, like, I'm not gonna bleed the kid. I'm not gonna talk bad about him. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? It's not him who's doing it. You got people pulling the strings and dangling a bone in front of his face where he think like, okay, I'm gonna say this about him, okay, and you're gonna give me this. So they believe that. So the kid believes it because it's easily influenced. You can't get no grown man to do that. You can't get
So
no
you
grown
think
man to agree with
somebody's
that.
telling this kid to say these things? This not how
No,
he
no, no,
feel?
not online. What I'm saying about me now. They got him saying things about me now. When just the other day he calling me and he need a place to stay, but now he's just fine and he's with OTR. But that's just them trying to clear their
So
name.
what did he
And
say about you that has you feeling in some kind of way?
oh, just that um I'm he don't mess with me. But then he's saying that I manage him and that it's a whole bunch of stuff. There's stuff all over online. I ain't even paying attention to it. It's not even the point. It's just the point is like that kid is not he not prepared for that. He not prepared for LA.
Yeah, well, you washing your hands of him, so shit. I mean, all you could do is say a prayer and send him a text and call and answer his calls when need be. You say you're
Yeah, of
not the
course.
manager. You're disassociating yourself from some of the politics that he may, when he might be crossing some lines. I mean, you doing what you're supposed to do. I get it. I would hope somebody would give some grace to a 15-year-old when it's verbal. When it's
Yeah.
verbal, understand that if you staring down the eyes of a situation, uh, people gonna do what they got to do to protect or defend themselves. But as a verbal, I would hope that we have enough sense to kind of like not look the other way, but kind of disregard the immaturity and the ignorance of this child. This is somebody's child.
Yeah.
He's 15 years old, and we can't.
And he's got no guidance. He's got no, you know what I'm saying? Like, sure, he got a mother, but like not really. You know what I'm saying? Like he's got no guidance. He's got no one there. He's just, you know what I'm saying, hoping to make it and hoping to get up out of situation, get up out, you know what I'm saying, where he at with the position he in. He hoping to make it out of there. But this right here, this is not the way to make it out.
Got you. So, if it's anything that you could say to Lil Brazy right now, what would you say? Any advice?
Man,
Any advice? Anything that you would want to say that you might could put something on his mind to get him to.
just 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 pay attention. Like you falling into the to what they need you to do, which is promote them and push whatever they doing. They using you for the numbers to get back up. You just got to pay attention to what they doing to you. You on your own with no tags, no collab posts, no comments, no nothing. You doing anywhere from 3 to 400,000 views. So when they seeing this stuff and they willing to go on no jumper and blacklist you and say these things about you, but now they messing with you, you just got to pay attention.
Okay,
You know
so
what I'm
you
saying?
pretty much saying
And
he needs
just
to get away from OTR.
yeah, just pay attention. Just pay attention where you at, bro. You not in Utah. You playing in the land and you have no idea where you at, who you around. These just some random dudes that's pretending to put their arm around you. You in the land, bro. This is not Utah. You know what I'm saying? Utah is a safe city. You can go there and spend $700 on 2 bedrooms and you're gonna be cool. You know what I'm saying? LA is not that, bro. And you don't know where you at.
How's his education and his schooling?
They won't he's supposed to be going to school, he's supposed to be getting his therapy, and he's supposed to be fixing his mental health. But you know what I'm saying? They teaching him to go over here, and I'm in the wrong for saying, nah, he got to go to school. He got to get his therapy in. He's got to get his medication in order. They saying I'm in the wrong for doing that. They just want him to push these numbers and push these views. You know what I mean?
What kind of medication is he taking? Medication for
Um,
mental or
he
for his
yeah,
health?
mental, but he's not taking his medication because he's not going to therapy. He's not going to school. He can't. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't. He's supposed to be in school and he's supposed to be taking his medication, and doing his therapy, right? But right now the way that they're turning him is like he not gonna do none of that. He not gonna be able to finish school. He not gonna be able to you know what I'm saying, do any of this stuff that he's supposed to be doing because they just want him to boost the numbers. You know what I'm saying? Their
You
numbers
don't
went
think
from
they
up
gonna put
here
him
to down
on?
here.
You don't think they're gonna put him on homeschooling?
As in OTR?
Uh, well, brother, you got a lot of concern. Why don't you get involved? Why don't you get involved with making sure his day to day is all right, making sure he's homeschooling, making sure he's taking his medication or getting his counseling? Why don't you get involved?
Because he's you got to understand that the way that they're pushing him is allowing him to do whatever he wants to do, right? They not allowing him to be a child. So when you giving him so much, at one time, he's going to act like an adult, and he doesn't understand that you have to do this first, your schooling, your this and that, and then you can go to the studio. He doesn't understand that part. He just want to rap
Then why you don't make him understand it?
because he's gone too far off the deep end. He's bro. I tried to save his life already. I literally tried to save his life, bro. I had him make a post. I told him, look, you don't got to cop no please. You don't got to
So you was the
apologize.
one that reason why he made the post saying he's not gang banging and he's not signed to OTR.
Yeah, bro, because you like you gotta understand, bro, the position you in. You got this viral interview and not understanding what you just said, and you the most viral person out.
I tell you what, um, Adam asked me about this dude, and I wasn't interested because I didn't want to play a part in influencing this young man into uh, diving deeper into being a gang member. You know,
Yeah,
people know my association where I come from, but I preach for the kids not to gang bang. You know, I'm not a gang banger. I tell you what, bro. See what you can do, man. See if we can arrange a one-on-one or interview with him. Let's see if I can try to get through to him and talk to him, and it might help, might not. But
yeah,
he's 15 years old, and every child is worth taking a risk on. You know what I'm saying?
100%. It's
Uh,
just when you apologize and go right back to doing what you just said that you weren't gonna do, you contradicting yourself. So
well, in my interview with him, I hope to accomplish two things. One, to get through to him. Two, to show the powers that be, the people who may be offended, who may feel disrespected, and um, with a grain of salt because he's not himself. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
100%.
so let's see if we can set that up. You got my direct number, and
Yes, sir.
let me know 24/7, and then we'll put it together. And let's try to make an attempt to get through to the young man.